Guys, going again with the pre-trip inspection on the engine. We have our turbo here. So what to look out for in the turbo to see if there's any defects. Number one thing probably would be oil leaks. So you have oil circulating through the turbo to lubricate it, to cool it down, because you got a bearing that's spinning over 10,000 RPM in there, and you have the turbine. It spins. It's supposed to last 1,000,000 miles. So you got oil that circulates through the turbo to lubricate that. Another thing is you got a handful of wiring for this throttle actuator here. There's no throttle body on a semi-truck, believe it or not. It's all actuated by the fuel pumps and this variable geometry turbo. So this is actually a throttle actuator. Make sure all the wires are connected properly. Nothing's chafed. This is the oil line, and you also have an oil return line on the bottom, basically using gravity to help feed it. You're just going to look for any exhaust leaks, soot trails on the exhaust side of the turbo, on the intake side of the turbo. You're going to make sure all these couplers are good, and V-band clamps, all these clamps are good. There's a gasket in this one. Make sure it's not leaking. If you hear any noise coming from it at idle, that means you have a boost leak. You need to get that checked out. And the biggest thing is when a turbo fails, you're just going to have a bunch of black smoke coming out the exhaust. And you got to shut that thing off immediately, because if you run this turbo with the bearing that went bad, that impeller's going to sling around all the vanes and everything, and then that's going to go into your engine. You're just going to need to give up on that engine and get a whole new one if that happens. So if your turbo ever goes out, pull it over, get towed, it's going to be worth it.